Well, hello everyone. It's Thursday here in Australia. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Bridal Army TV. I am Dawn Rose, and in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to create a really good About Me page. Now, for the month of August and September, we're going to be talking about websites, because I know from talking to my wonderful group that you guys are really kind of struggling with websites and kind of what to put on your websites. You're not sure what you should and shouldn't include. And I know I did a blog post earlier on this week. If you guys haven't read it, you can go to dawnsbridalarmy.com/your-website- sucks, and you'll find all the information about the sort of basics for building a really good website. Now, the problem I think that we have in this industry, hey Jen, good morning, and the problem we have in this industry is that we tend to use our websites as this kind of amazing brochure and gallery of how wonderful we are, and really it is just a waste of money. Like, why should it sit there with all these photos on it but not actually bring you in any business? And I'm all for helping you move things around, change things up a bit in order for your websites to start working for you. It's really important that our website can take inquiries for us 24/7. You know, there's brides in the world that work shifts, so what? They can't, submit their details to you. They'll submit their details just through your normal contact forms. Yeah, this is my name, this is my email address. Oh, I'd love to have a quote for my wedding in September. That doesn't help you. You then got to go back to them, asking them loads of questions. Okay, well, how many people do you want? Do you want hair and makeup? It's just ridiculous. So I'm all about giving you guys the tools in order for your website to do all of that for you, because I think that you should be able to wake up in the morning, see the quote request come through, and it have all the details, and all you've got to do is prepare that quote and get it sent to that bride. I really want you to streamline your businesses, get them working for you, so that we spend less time on it. We have to spend time on our business. I'm a big advocate for that, but if we can do things that take a lot less time, then I'm all for that too, because we've got families, we've got friends that we want to hang out with. We've got a day job, we've got the actual bridal business. Some of you are in salons, some of you do beauty, so you're doing other things too. So I'm all about trying to streamline our processes behind the scenes and get things working for us in the back end of our business, behind the scenes in our business. Anyway, so website month this month and next month. Today I want to talk about me pages. Now, in my blog post at the beginning of this week, I didn't include an about me as one of the most essential pages that you need in your website, because I don't believe it is, because an about me page doesn't really make you money. But I did say in the post that yes, there are other pages that you can have on your website, absolutely. But what I was talking about on my blog post was that these are the essential ones I think you can't do without. But an About Me page is a really nice page for a bride to get to know you as a person. And I know, though, that in the group, a couple of people said, oh, I'm not really sure what I should write on my About Me page. And so I thought a video about that would be a really good idea. So I'm going to start off with, first of all, the three mistakes I see people make in their About Me page. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a copywriter. This is not me telling you how you should word your About Me page. I'm learning, I'm learning all of that as I go along, and it is a bit of trial and error, but I do feel like I've got a bit of an insight into how you kind of come across to your brides in the first place. And I think the three biggest mistakes are not being very specific about kind of what you do, and I'm going into these a little bit more in detail. I think that sometimes they lack a bit of personality, and also they can be sometimes a little bit confusing when you start putting your credentials and stuff on. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I mean there, and then I'm going to give you a few guidelines as to how you can lay out your About Me page. Okay, so when I said it's not specific enough, here's what I mean. You say, oh, you always start off your you always want to start off your About Me page with kind of who you are and what you do. The problem is that people say, I'm a wedding stylist, I'm a bridal stylist, I'm a hair and makeup artist. That's not specific enough. I need you to get more specific about the types of brides that you look after. So remember how most of you have all taken my quiz, and that specific bride will say that I help the natural bride. You know, I help the boho bride, I help the quirky bride. Now tell them how you then help them. Be specific rather than I help, you know, do hair and makeup for weddings. That's not specific enough. Get really detailed into how you help and can serve your specific bride. So if you are, like, for example, for me, I've written down my specific bride that I help. So this is what I say. So I say I say basically I help the natural brides, the brides who say I don't wear much makeup, who say I want to look done but not overdone, and I also help the natural bride who still says I want to look like me. Now my brides, they're taken words, those words, I've taken them from my brides who said to me on the phone or said to me on an email, I don't really wear much makeup. I want to look done, but I don't want to look overdone. Like, I don't want to feel like my makeup's caked on. I don't want to feel like I still don't look like me. There are some brides, however, like the glam bride, for example, that's not her. The glam bride says, you know, she's the bride who says, you know, I want to look absolutely fabulous on my wedding day. The bride who loves to wear makeup, you know, but wants to look like a knockout on wedding day. That's what we say. We don't say, I help this bride or I help the natural bride, but how do you help them? So that's one of the biggest mistakes I think people make when they just say, you know, I help brides, you know, look their best on their wedding day. How do you help them? So that's the first thing. Second of all, about it lacking personality. I think this comes down to when you're sort of talking about yourself personally, and I'll talk about when that comes into it as well. But when you're talking about yourself and you're sort of saying, oh, I love cooking and reading and going to the gym. No one cares. No one cares. Tell them what you do at the gym. Tell them what your favorite thing is. Tell them, you know, if you like reading, say that they can find you curled up at the weekends. You can find me curled up, you know, you can curl up with a blanket over me with the cat on my lap, reading the latest Cosmo magazine, something like that, you know, or where I'm addicted to celebrity gossip. Say something more specific about yourself rather than I like walking, eating, going to the gym. What if you're, I don't know, maybe you like cooking. I like cooking. Rubbish. At the weekend, you can find me in my kitchen cooking up a storm where I'm preparing my meals for the week, you know. Maybe you're someone who likes to do that. I don't know. But when you're talking about something, be specific. Give it some personality. Give it more about you and what you like and what you enjoy. And then the third thing was about that I find is quite a mistake is also about being a little bit confusing. So using your qualifications or maybe your recognitions, awards and stuff, and just saying, you know, so for example, here in Australia, we have the Australian Bridal Industry Academy, or ABIA, but I could say 2015 ABIA finalist. That doesn't mean anything to your brides. Basically, what it means is I would say 2015 ABIA finalist. The Australian Bridal Industry Academy is an academy for brides and their stylists, and basically it means that in order for me to become a finalist, I had to have achieved a 95% or over recommendation from my brides. So you can only become a finalist if you've got 95% or more. So you can actually give a little bit of a description as to what those specific accreditations mean. So just be a bit more specific. It doesn't have to be like a massive long speech about it, but just let them know, like, this is important because for me, 2015 ABIA finalist, I was a 2015 ABIA finalist or Australian Bridal Industry Academy finalist in hair, makeup and floral design here in Victoria, which basically means in order to be finalised, my brides had to rate my services at 95% or more. It tells them why that's important to them, because I got that accreditation for being one of the top stylists in my state. And that's another reason why they should book you, right? So be specific and don't use too confusing jargon without backing it up with a little bit of substantial information. So that's my 3 kind of mistakes that I see. Now, what I want to do as well is I want to give you a kind of a guide as to how you can kind of lay out your About Me page. So the first thing we do is it starts with our opening sentence. Now, our opening sentence shouldn't be, "Hi, I'm Dawn, I'm 37, I'm a mum of 2, and I live in Melbourne, Australia." No, that's not your first opening statement. You want to get your bride's attention. "Hi, I'm Dawn, and I help the natural bride look flawless in their wedding photos, for years to come by doing X, Y, and Z." So how do you help your brides? God, my hair's going everywhere. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's going into my face and everything. So how do you help your brides? This is not about, although it's an About Me page, and we will inject, our personal details into it. But the first thing you want to do, it's like that hook. It's like when we talk about when we're doing Facebook ads, when we're trying to attract people onto our Facebook pages, even, it's that hook. It's what's going to get them reading on. So first of all, you tell them, you can give them your name, obviously, but then how can you help them? That's the most important thing. And your About Me page, even though it is about you, it's also about them. So it's how you can help your brides. What is it that you do that's going to attract them to you? So that's your first kind of paragraph. The second paragraph you want to be doing is, how long you've been in the industry. So this is now when you've done, this is who I am, this is what I do, and how I help my brides. I've been in the industry for this amount of time. I've achieved these things. This is where you might bring in the thing that I said about my ABIA in 2014 and 15. I was an ABIA finalist, blah, 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 blah. And this is all about really kind of reinforcing to them that you are who you say you are, and that you have done what you say you're going to do, kind of thing. So everything that your brides are looking at, then starting to understand, okay, this person is genuine, they're real, they're actually doing exactly what they say. And then maybe after that, you might want to add in 1, maybe 2 testimonials. I wouldn't go over the top with testimonials in your About Me page, but having a couple of brides validate you and validate what you have done, that's great. So maybe then add in after that. So you said, this is how I help you, this is how I can serve you, this is what I can do for you. This is my accreditations, this is why I'm good at what I do. And this is what my brides are saying about me. So I think this is another one that sometimes people miss, and they miss the opportunity kind of to promote themselves a little bit. And this is not bragging, guys. This is about just really reinforcing to other people what it is that you do and how you can help them and how you've helped others. So I think maybe inserting that 1 or 2 testimonials, here's what my brides say. I think that's a really nice way of capturing, again, other brides' attention. Then the next thing after that, so once you've done your opening statement and you said who you are and what you do, you said and how you can help them, you've then said, this is why you're amazing at what you do, and this is what your brides are saying about you. The next thing I would say is to then talk about yourself. So if they want to know a little bit more about you personally, this is what I love to tell you. And this is where you kind of use a bit more of your descriptive language that we spoke about before. So rather than saying I like, reading, writing and watching TV, forget all of that. Explain to them exactly what it is you do. What TV shows do you like to watch? I am a big murder mystery buff. I love every single murder mystery going. I love all the old stuff. I love all the new stuff. You can find me addicted to murder mysteries, and I love my UK TV. Living here in Australia, I do miss my UK TV. So that's something I would write in my bio. I tell people that's what I'm obsessed with. That's what I love to do. Yeah, I hang out with my kids and we do a lot of stuff together, but my thing is that I'm really into murder mysteries. So you guys can find me watching TV, murder mysteries. So that was the next thing. And then last of all, so the last thing you should put, so underneath your kind of getting to know you part, the very last thing that I really want you to do after that is I want you to give them a call to action. And this is the one thing that everyone misses on their About Me page, a call to action. Tell them what to do next. They've read your bio. They've got to know you a little bit more. They're starting to know you, like you, kind of trust you, thinking, okay, this person knows what they're talking about. Yeah, all right, they've been in this industry for a while. This looks good. What do I do next? Don't let them click off. Tell them what to do next. Click here for a quote. To contact me, this is my phone number. To download my freebie, click here, something, tell them what to do next, make them take a further action with you. We need to give our brides certain touch points. There's going to be certain touch points where for a bride to kind of know you, like you, trust you. Now, you may have heard this before in other areas, but and this kind of, I think in this online world where everyone's quite easily accessible from companies marketing their services, the touch points have become a bit more, people need you to, when I say a touch point, I mean a way of you getting in front of your ideal client, of your ideal bride. Now we can do that through obviously, a Facebook Live, we can do it just through an email, we do it through them searching on our website, our About Me page, but a bride won't just come onto your About Me page and decide that you're the one that they're going to book. They may need a little bit more influencing. So get them to take another action with you. Get them to, opt in and ask for a quote, or get them to, download your freebie to at least get on your email list so that you can stay in contact with them. I think that is one thing that is missed on a lot of About Me pages. It's not telling, it's just saying, this is who I am and this is what I do with my life, rather than saying, this is how I can help you specifically. You're my bride. This is how I can help you. Then you tell them a little bit more about, reinforcing them, and this is why I can help you because of X, Y, and Z. This is what people say about me. And then if you want to know a bit more about me personally, just to get to know me, this is what I do. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. And then and if you love all of that, click this button. We need to get them to keep moving on with us. We need to keep them enthralled with what we do. So maybe it's, like my Facebook page, it really doesn't matter, but give them that call to action. Give them one more thing that they need to do, because the chances are that once they've done that one thing can move into another thing. And then the next thing you know, you've got yourself a new booking, which, that's what we're all after at the end of the day. But, these touch points come in all different places, and as I said, you don't generally meet someone and marry them. Do you know what I mean? You don't basically meet someone and ask them to marry you. You meet them, you date them, you maybe get engaged, and then you move on to your wedding. There's a few touch points there before a bride is going to say, you're the one for me, you're the one, you're the hairstylist, you're the makeup artist that I want from you. So keep them moving around in your sales funnels. Basically, it's like a sales funnel, right? We're trying to move them closer and closer and closer to being our bride. It's that kind of shape. They're becoming aware of us, making them more aware of us, and starting to interact with us a bit more. They're starting to know us even better, and the next thing you know, they're a client. So think about that when you're doing any kind of page, but especially when you're doing your About page. Move them on, get them onto your email list if you can. That's a really probably important one to do, so you can stay in contact with them through the email. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you today on your About Me pages. Any questions, you can drop them below in the comments. I would love to answer them. Keep the questions going. I should be back again with a live next week. Otherwise, I'll be over in the Facebook group. So if you've got any live questions, I'm going to answer live questions on Sunday in our private Facebook community. If you would like to join our community, it is Dawn's Bridal. It's facebook.com/groups/Dawn's Bridal Army. And if you are a little bit confused with how you're going to get your brides to kind of give you their email address, if you're a bit confused with how do I get my brides to request a quote for me, in the night, if they're on a late shift, if they're on a night shift, if they're, wanting to do something in the middle of the night. If you want to know how to do all of that kind of stuff, I'm actually running a class. I'm running a class using MailChimp. Now, MailChimp is something that will help you do that and help you grow your business. If you want to know more about that, go to dawnsbridalarmy.com/MailChimp and sign up for my free class. It's coming up on the 6th of September. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time, which could be the 5th for you guys over in the US, but do check out the countdown timer because it'll tell you exactly when I'm going to go live. And I'm going to share that with you in terms of how we can get our brides to submit their details to us. So log on to register for my webinar, and I shall see you guys there. Take care for now and have a great weekend. All right, guys. Bye.